the San Francisco Police Department has now made clear that they have used DNA from previously collected rape kits years later to convict the women who had given the DNA of crimes. Absolutely insane, and we're gonna give you the details. The DA said Monday that his office heard about the potentially privacy invading practice last week when a woman's DNA collected years ago when she received a rape exam and test as part of a domestic violence and sexual abuse case. It was used by police to identify her after she was arrested on suspicion of a recent property crime. Every level of this is absolutely disgusting. So in that statement by the DA, it says, rapes and sexual assault are violent, dehumanizing, and traumatic. I am disturbed that victims who have the courage to undergo an invasive examination to help identify their perpetrators are being treated like criminals rather than supported as crime victims. We should encourage survivors to come forward, not collect evidence to use against them in the future. This practice treats victims like evidence, not human beings. This is legally and ethically wrong, if that wasn't already clear. And by the way, they also admit that although there would be no reason this would be acceptable, you also would have no reason to believe when you go and do one of these rape examinations for one of these rape kits that this could potentially happen in the future. DA officials said they don't believe the practice of linking suspects to crimes using DNA collected from the creation of these kits is disclosed in a waiver that victims signed before an exam. The DA said even if it were mentioned somewhere in the fine print, is that an appropriate waiver to seek from a victim who's just come in and reported a sex assault? Absolutely not. And I think that that is absolutely true.
So guys, it turns out that there's a lot of jurisdictions doing this. And so this is a giant problem. So when I first heard of the story, I thought, no, wait, there must be something wrong here. They're using the DNA of the defendants, right? And maybe some purists have an issue with that, or it's a civil rights issue or civil liberties issue or something along those lines, a constitutional issue. No, they're using the DNA of the rape victims against those same victims.
It's insane.
It's unbelievable. And the police are doing this. And so they're saying, oh, you suffered a rape 13 years ago. Well, we got your DNA in the system and you committed, in this one particular example that they found, a property crime. So now we're gonna imprison you. Well, first of all, the injustice is unbearable. And obviously the second point is, well, then people are gonna be reluctant to report crimes, and certainly this crime, because they're gonna take your DNA and they might use it against you later. Yeah. That's insane. So we're doing the most obvious petition in the world. So tyt.com/petition/DNA. But anytime we're doing a petition, you just go to tyt.com/petitions. So we just put it up, as you can tell. And we're asking both San Francisco Police Department, but also all local and federal jurisdictions to stop using the DNA of rape victims against them. So now look, we want these petitions to be interactive. Everybody does petitions, and we have too in the past, but we made them as interactive as possible to get effect. And several of our petitions have worked. Like when we asked Bernie Sanders to have a vote on $15 minimum wage, you guys got involved, you sent in videos, and he saw it and it worked, right? So in this case, this has gotta be a layup. I mean, this is an absolute outrage. So I want you guys to participate so we can go and take it to San Francisco Police Department and go, hey, 5,000, 10,000, however many people signed the petition and they're outraged by this. Okay, but then on top of that, I want you to be in the comment section and I want you to read the updates, and we'll have updates for you as we follow this. Because in an ideal world, you go find out if New Mexico is doing it if you live in New Mexico, if Minneapolis is doing it if you live in Minneapolis, or the federal government.
LA.
Just ask your local authorities, are you guys doing this, right? And you're gonna be shocked to find out probably that they're gonna say we don't know in the beginning, and then we're gonna try to stay on top of it with you guys so we can get action on this and end this atrocity that's happening not just in San Francisco, but unfortunately across the country.
Yeah, it's just sick. Like the police departments finally show an interest in this huge backlog of rape kits for this.
Yeah,
not to solve the crimes.
No, John, that's such a great point because we've covered this on the show before. They have an unbelievable backlog of rape kits. They take that rape and then they're like, We're not even gonna bother looking up the evidence to find the guy who did it. And sometimes the backlog's like a decade old. That's another travesty, right? Now they finally get to the rape kits and they're like, okay, let's go after the victims.
It's insane.
Nah, it's unbearable, unbearable. Let's go act together. Let's go act together and let's try to fix this together, okay? And then the rest of the media will yell at us later for being activists. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.